Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Podcasts go on. Let's go to our last team. I didn't look up hold on, guys. I gotta find I did not save the standings I did not write the standings down for your team, where they finished. I think it was 9-8 last year. Let's
Ravens
see.
were 8-9.
Eight
Do
and
you have
nine.
do you have our predictions from last year? Or are you going over that at the end?
Oh, I should have.
Oh,
I might actually. I actually might. Hold on. I'll look
well,
at
I
it
see how
while we
far off I was.
I'll look at it. The problem is I kind of keep like all the paper. So these are like all of them. And I just wonder if it's like I had one where it was like, oh, this I did actually 2 years ago. So I should really
Oh,
just throw these out. But anyway, the podcast is still going on. So that is behind the scenes stuff for you guys. Let's do the 2026 NFL preview for the Baltimore Ravens. If you are first time watching our YouTube channel, subscribe to it, like the video, leave a comment down, let us know your predictions on the Ravens season. And we got a Ravens fan, Ryan, with us, so we're going to ask him. Last year, the Ravens finished 8-9. What was your favorite move they made this offseason?
I got like three. Uh,
Go. Go for it.
no, I like bringing in Hendrickson for pass rush, obviously, but letting Harbaugh go, I had talked about years ago. I wanted to retain Mike McDonald and make him coach, and they let him get away. Ends up in Seattle. Look what happens there. I think it just got stale with Harbaugh, and I think it was time for a change. A lot of people were surprised, and they're like, "Why are we getting rid of Harbaugh?" But a lot of the Ravens fans had already been talking about that for years, that they just, choked in the clutch a lot of times and things had gotten stale. And then I like them shoring up the line too. So letting Falele go, he was the worst guard in football and somehow got traded today for a draft pick. The Giants GM should win like awards for that. But that's my three.
I like that. I like that a lot. What about you, Travis?
Um, I'm I'm glad that they were trying to be aggressive this year on signing someone for defense. Even though what's his name fell through. I can't his name.
Crosby.
Yeah, Crosby fell through, but they ended up getting someone that was close to that talent level. I'd say Crosby's probably a small step up from Hendrickson, but so even though it's sad to see an ex-Bengal go to another divisional team, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Hendrickson was good. I put down Deacon Doyle, their offensive coordinator. Is that your offensive coordinator now? Do you know? Well, he was a Ben Johnson disciple, so I like that move to try to get Lamar some versatility in his offense because I think he'll bring a fresh new style, being a disciple. And then I have drafting Walker. I like that move as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Jacoby Lane's another guy that they've been talking a lot about during camp. So
Okay,
see how that goes. Rookie out of USC.
nice. Okay, let's go to least favorite move. What is your least favorite move, Ryan?
Yeah, I didn't like how they handled the Crosby situation. I caught a lot of flack from friends on that were like, "You like a shady organization," and I was like, "Yeah, they probably are a little bit. I can't really defend them on that." And like Travis said, I do believe he's better than Hendrickson. He's just so good against the run as well. Like his TFL totals are like tops in the league every year. He's crazy that way. So yeah, I didn't like how that went down. I think that'll kind of hurt him in the future, maybe on any trades they try to make.
Yeah, I wrote down the Crosby deal as well. Yeah, I thought it was a little shady, so I'm glad you as a Ravens fan feels the same. How about you, Travis?
Um, Besides what Ryan talked about, I didn't like that they let Likely leave. I always liked their two tight end system they had with Andrews and Likely. I always thought they were a good tandem. So, but now he's a Giant. So, Ryan, what did you think about that? Or were you sad or happy that Likely left?
Yeah, I think it came down to like a money thing too. I mean, they let Linderbaum go. That was kind of like the headlining one, but he got took a ton of money from the Raiders, and he was a really good center. And I think they just kind of were like, okay, we got to spend. I mean, Jackson, without him re-signing, his cap hit is like $80 million this year. So they're 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 trying to work a contract with him to have more cap, but I think Likely and Linderbaum are casualties of that.
Yeah, I put Linderbaum down too as well, by the way, just losing him. But you're right, it was you can't keep everybody, unfortunately, and when money comes up, that's the hard part for franchise to navigate. So, uh, okay, what about let's go to the green flag. What we're looking forward to going into the season for the Ravens, Ryan? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I like that you mentioned out Doyle that they're gonna do some more under center stuff, so threat of play action. So when you got Derrick Henry, when they did play action out of shotgun, nobody really bought it because a lot of times Henry wasn't in there on those shotgun play fakes. But just for a green flag, just so these stats I love. This is since Jackson came in the league, okay? This is what they rank in rushing offense every year. Second, first, third, second, first, second. So the worst they've ever been at rushing the ball in 8 years is third. So you know they're gonna be top three in rushing every season. So that's a green flag.
Yeah, I had the run game as well. I think you're right. That good stats, by the way. Travis, what about you?
Yeah, it's just seeing different offensive schemes now this year, because they've been with Harbaugh for forever and just seeing a change on their offense. And when it comes to clutch time, because I'm predicting that they're going to make the playoffs, that they don't, you know, what was it? I don't think it was last year, but it was like 2 or 3 years ago, Ryan, when they just refused to run the ball, basically with
Oh,
Henry.
yeah, in the
So
playoffs too.
it's just like stupid things that worked for them all year long, and then they were like, "We're gonna try something different in the playoffs." So
That was still happening last year. Henry would be out of the game at, the fourth quarter. And you're
yeah,
like, what are they doing? So that was something they'd question Harbaugh on too, and he'd never have a good answer for.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully that's something again. If he's a Ben Johnson disciple, which he is, I think he'll be more enthusiastic about keep running the ball and setting up that play action. So I really like that. Red flag, biggest concern or question going into the season, Ryan.
I think it's same as like with Burrow. Can we keep Jackson healthy for the majority of the year? Even when he played last year, he'd be banged up. And Huntley does okay when he's in there, but he's just not the threat that Jackson is. So I think Jackson and then can Minter get their pass defense to improve. Aaron Rodgers had his two best games of the year last year against their defense. Like their pass defense the last 2 years was 31st and 30th. So they got to get better at pass defense. So between keeping Jackson upright and him staying healthy, those are a couple things.
Yeah, I like that one. I didn't know that Aaron Rodgers, Hall of Fame quarterback Aaron Rodgers, had the best games against.
His only 300-yard passing game was against them.
Travis, what about you?
um, this isn't a red flag, so to speak. It's just more of a what I'm questioning is when are we gonna see Henry drop off as a running back because he's still basically a freak athlete that's insane that still doesn't seem to be going backwards when it comes to his progression. So he's not falling off yet. So I'm just wondering if is this the year or does he have another 2 or 3 more years in him? But I personally don't think so. I think he's gonna have a great year. But it's just something to keep an eye on. Is when is it happening?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think with Henry, we all just gotta come to the realization we're going to have to be a year too late and just keep trusting him instead of trying to be a year too early. Like
Even if he gets a slow start, yeah.
yeah, just keep trusting him. He's the exception. There's rules and there's exceptions. So speaking of rules and exception, it's not a red flag. It's a little question slash concern. Are we seeing Lamar Jackson slow down as far as being a mobile quarterback? Because that plays into their run game. So if you actually look at it historically, between the ages of 29 to 31, mobile quarterbacks start to go on like a downtrend. And last year we saw that Lamar Jackson rushed for the lowest amount of yards. And I know he only played 13 games, but if you just use his average, he still would have been under 500 yards rushing versus 915 the year before. So just something to watch. But I don't also think that Lamar is probably one of the better passers of the football. So I don't know how much that will be like a knock on him. I just don't know if you're going to be able to continue to rely on his mobility the way that you have in the past. That's all I'm saying.
I think that's why he's falling down these lists of quarterbacks. A lot of people, and I agree, I don't see him going back to those 800-900 yard seasons anytime soon. And there was guys running him down last year, and then he would say, it was my hamstring or these different things that are popping up, but he wasn't hitting top speed last year like he was in previous seasons.
So do you think that people are just underselling his passing ability, right? Like that. Yeah.
I think so, and
Yeah.
I think part of that is you improve that guards. He would get pressure up in his face a lot inside, and he didn't have this ability to get outside and run like he used to. So I think that helps if they short it up a little bit, do a little more play action. So they might have to adjust the scheme a little bit, which why I'm glad they brought in Doyle, who seemed to make Caleb Williams better last year. So I think he's capable. I mean, that was Ben Johnson, obviously, but Doyle was a quarterback coach there, so he worked with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think it could work, but just yeah, I guess just we'll see how like he adjusts. I think he'll be fine, but it is a question that I have going into the season. Okay, fantasy football go-to for you, Ryan.
I guess for a sleeper, maybe Jacoby Lane, Flowers, he'll put up some high reception numbers, and Henry, those are the obvious ones. But I'd keep an eye out for Lane because I do think the decline of Mark Andrews is real. I think he's kind of, I don't want to say washed up, but as you're seeing Kelsey kind of slow down, I think Andrews is there. So I think those red zone touchdowns has got to go to someone else because Andrews has been getting, 9 or 10 of those a year for when he was in his prime. And Flowers isn't really a red zone guy, so I would go maybe Lane as a sleeper there.
Okay, I like it. How about you, Travis?
Still going with Henry, even though I said I was thinking about questioning him, but I'm not.
But it's a question. I also have don't overthink it. Don't about Derrick Henry. Just don't overthink it. Just draft him. There's some running backs that are going ahead of him that I'm like, I still would draft Derrick Henry over the running backs that are going ahead of him. So yeah. I'm hoping that if I get a draft where you go like the 12th one, I can go like Barkley Henry. I did that last year. I got to the Super Bowl in a league doing that last year. So yeah.
But did you win the one that we were in?
No, no, I did not, Travis. I did not. Patrick Mahomes is my number one quarterback, so that should tell you all you need to know. Okay, let's predict their season. Ryan, what do you have your team finishing at this season?
I think Lamar Jackson is keeping receipts on all this disrespect. I am saying 12-5, and that's based off the first 6 or 7 games being like the easiest schedule in the league. When you're playing teams like New Orleans, Tennessee, Atlanta, Cleveland in your first several games, I think they'll get off to like a 6-1 start.
Yeah, I think you forgot though that the Falcons got Tua this year, so
Oh, I
watch
was
out.
gonna say earlier, Ryan, if you want hope for the Malik Willis, just watch his highlights on the Packers against the Ravens last year. He had
Okay.
like a quick passer rating through 3 quarters until he got hurt. I was
I,
like, the Ravens made him look all world.
yeah, I will. I remember. Okay, yeah. I won't get into it because we're not here to talk about my Dolphins. But yeah, I am a little excited for him. He just doesn't got weapons. Prediction for you, Travis?
I have them going 11-6 behind the Bengals.
Okay, and I have them 12-5. So that is our prediction for the Baltimore Ravens. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment down below, and let us know your predictions for the Ravens this season. Okay, so for us here, I just want to... Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.